Right. Stop scrolling. Because if you drive in the UK and you haven't heard about what's changing this April, you could be looking at fines, penalty points, or even a license issue, and you won't even see it coming. April 2026 is one of the biggest months for driving law changes we've seen in years. And I'm not talking about one or two little tweaks. I'm talking about road tax, seatbelt laws, driving test rules, electric vehicle taxes, company car bills, new safety tech on cars, the lot. Some of these changes are already in effect right now as you're watching this. Others kick in over the coming weeks. And the scary part? Most drivers have absolutely no idea any of this is happening. So whether you're a brand new learner, an experienced driver, an EV owner, or you've been behind the wheel for 40 years, this video is for you. Stay until the end, because every single section could directly affect your wallet, your license, or your freedom to drive. Let's get into it. Section 1. Driving Test Booking Rules, the biggest shakeup in years. Let's start with something that's already happening, and it affects every learner driver in the country. From the 31st of March, 2026, learner drivers will only be allowed to make 2 changes to their car driving test appointment after booking. 2. That's it. Gone are the days of endlessly reshuffling your test date hoping for a better slot. But here's where it gets really serious. From the 12th of May, 2026, it will be against the law for anyone other than the learner driver themselves to book, change, or cancel a car driving test. That includes driving instructors. That includes third-party booking services. That includes well-meaning parents trying to help. Yes, you heard that right. From May, your instructor cannot book your test for you. It is literally illegal. This is designed to address the massive backlog in test bookings and crack down on dodgy bot resellers who have been snapping up test slots and flogging them at inflated prices online. Some of these services were charging hundreds of pounds for tests that should be booked for free on gov.uk. That practice is now gone. From the 9th of June, 2026, learner drivers will only be able to move their test to one of the 3 nearest test centres to where their test is currently booked. So you can't book a test in a quiet rural area just to get an earlier slot and then swap it to somewhere else. That loophole is firmly shut. What does this mean for you practically? If you're a learner, book your test yourself, choose your test centre carefully, and pick a date you're actually going to be ready for. You've got 2 changes, maximum. Use them wisely. If you're a driving instructor, make sure your pupils have their driving test reference numbers so they can manage their own bookings. You will still be able to set your own availability. But the days of managing test bookings on your pupils' behalf are over. Section 2. Road Tax Changes. Electric Vehicle Owners. Listen up, now let's talk money, because this one is going to sting for a lot of people. The free road tax era for electric vehicles is officially over. Owners of all electric cars registered after the 1st of April, 2025 will have to start paying the full standard vehicle excise duty, that's road tax, of £195 per year. If your electric car hit the road from April 2025 onwards, this is the year you start paying. And if your EV is a newer model registered after April 2025 and it was priced over £50,000 when new, you may also be subject to the expensive car supplement on top of that. However, there is a bit of good news here. The threshold for that supplement has actually been raised from £40,000 to £50,000 specifically for electric vehicles, starting from the 1st of April, 2026. So if your car cost between £40,000 and £50,000 and was registered from April 2025, you will no longer be hit with that additional surcharge. Fewer EV drivers will be caught by it than under the old rules. Now, company car drivers, this affects you too. The benefit in kind rate for electric company cars is rising from 3% to 4% from the 6th of April, 2026. If you're driving a higher emission vehicle, the rate could climb as high as 37%. So if you've got a company car, especially a petrol or diesel one, check with your employer or accountant now, because your monthly tax bill is going up. The key message here, if you were thinking about going electric partly because of the tax savings, those savings are still real, but they're shrinking. Factor the new road tax costs into your decision before you buy. Section 3. Seatbelt laws. 3 points on your license. This one is simple. Wear your seatbelt. Every single time. No exceptions. Because the consequences of not doing so have just become significantly worse. New seatbelt enforcement laws being introduced in 2026 mean that drivers caught without a seatbelt, or those responsible for passengers not wearing one, will now face 3 penalty points on their license. Not just a fine. Points. And here's the part that catches people off guard. If your passenger isn't wearing their seatbelt, that's your responsibility as the driver. Your points. Your fine. It doesn't matter if they're an adult. It doesn't matter if they refuse to put it on. You are the driver. You are responsible for what happens in your vehicle. Let that sink in for a second. You could get 3 penalty points added to your license because your passenger decided not to buckle up. Rack up enough of those incidents and you're heading towards a driving ban. For something as simple as clicking a buckle in. The government's view is clear: previous penalties weren't taken seriously enough. They weren't a big enough deterrent. So they've made the consequences more meaningful. Just sort it before you pull off. Make it a rule in your car. No seatbelt, you're not moving. Section 4. Drink drive limits. What's changing and what you need to know. Now this one I need to be straight with you about, because there's a lot of confusion online. There are active proposals and serious discussions about the drink drive limit dropping to 50 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood, down from the current 80 milligrams per 100 milliliters limit that England and Wales currently operate under. Scotland already sits at the lower 50 milligrams limit, and there is strong political pressure for England and Wales to follow. Now, a formal change to the legal limit itself has not been confirmed as law for April 2026 at the time of making this video. But what is changing is enforcement. Roadside checks are increasing. Police tolerance is decreasing. And the penalties already on the books are severe. A drink drive conviction carries a minimum 12-month ban, a criminal record, unlimited fines, and in some cases an ignition interlock device fitted to your car before you're allowed back on the road. My advice? Don't wait for the law to change. Treat it as though the lower limit is already in place, because with individual metabolism differences, 1 pint could put some people over the limit in certain circumstances. The simplest, safest, and frankly most sensible rule is 0 alcohol before driving. Full stop. If you're heading out for drinks, plan ahead. Book a taxi. Use public transport. Designate a driver. Because no night out is worth a criminal record. Section 5. New safety tech mandatory on new cars. If you're buying a brand new car in 2026, pay attention, because what comes as standard is changing significantly. Under updated UK and EU general safety regulations, new cars sold from 2026 must include a range of advanced driver assistance systems as standard. These include autonomous emergency braking, which detects potential collisions and applies the brakes if you don't react in time, lane keep assist, which gently steers you back if you drift out of your lane, and intelligent speed assistance, which reads speed limit signs and actively encourages you to comply. The speed limiter function can be overridden. You can press the accelerator harder to temporarily bypass it, but the system will keep nudging you back. And at MOT time, if these safety systems are fitted to your car and they are found to be malfunctioning or have been tampered with, that could cause your vehicle to fail. Existing vehicles aren't being forced to retrofit any of this technology. But if your car has these systems and they develop a fault, don't ignore it. Get it sorted before your next MOT. This is all part of a long-term push to reduce road casualties through technology. Love it or hate it, it's coming, and it's staying. Section 6. Pothole liability and road damage claims. Now here's a section that could actually put money back in your pocket, so pay attention. Local councils across the UK are under increasing legal pressure in 2026 to fix potholes faster and to better compensate drivers whose vehicles are damaged by poor road surfaces. If you hit a pothole and it damages your tire, your wheel, your suspension, you may be entitled to make a claim against your local council. The rules on this haven't dramatically changed overnight, But what has changed is the awareness, the pressure on councils, and the number of successful claims being made. Councils are legally required to maintain roads to a reasonable standard. If they knew about a pothole and failed to fix it in a reasonable time frame, you have grounds for a claim. Here's what you need to do. Take photos immediately, the pothole, your damage, the road markings around it, street signs nearby. Get the exact location. Report it on gov.uk using the official pothole reporting tool. And keep all receipts for any repairs made. You can then submit a formal compensation claim to your local council. It takes a bit of effort. But drivers are winning these claims every single week. Don't just absorb a cost, fight for it. Section 7, Mobile Phone Laws. No more grey areas. Most of you probably know that using a handheld mobile phone while driving is illegal. That was tightened up significantly back in 2022. But in 2026, enforcement is ramping up further, and there are still a lot of drivers who think certain things are okay when they are not. To be absolutely clear, you cannot hold your phone while driving. Not to check a notification. Not to quickly look at a map. Not even if you're stopped at traffic lights with your engine still running. If the engine is on and you're in control of the vehicle, you cannot hold the phone. 6 penalty points and a £200 fine. For a learner driver or someone who passed within the last 2 years, that's an instant ban. The only legal way to use your phone in a car is fully hands-free, mounted in a holder, connected via Bluetooth, and you must never be distracted by it. If the police consider that you're not in proper control of the vehicle because of how you're using even a hands-free device, they can still pull you over and charge you. Put the phone in the glove box. Enable Do Not Disturb while driving. It can wait. Nothing on that screen is worth your license or someone's life. So there you have it. Everything you need to know about the UK driving law changes hitting in April 2026 and beyond. Let's do a quick recap so it's locked in. Driving test bookings, only you can do it, and you've got 2 reschedules. Road tax, EV owners, you're paying now. Seatbelts, 3 points if anyone in your car isn't buckled. Drink driving, treat the limit as 0 and protect yourself. New safety tech, it's mandatory on new cars and monitored at MOT. Potholes, photograph, report, and claim. Mobile phones, hands off, full stop. Laws change. The roads change. But the drivers who stay informed are the ones who stay protected. Share this video with someone you know who drives, because I guarantee at least one of these changes will affect them. Drop a comment below telling me which change surprised you most. And if you've got questions about any of these new rules, ask away, I read every comment. And if you found this video useful and you want to stay ahead of every driving law change, road safety update, and motoring news story, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. New videos go up every week, and this is exactly the kind of content we cover. Don't be the driver who gets caught out because they didn't know. Be the one who's always one step ahead. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe.